Why, hello. What's going on, y'all? It's Z Rex. We're live with no noise. It is already, holy moly, the end of the quarter. The first quarter of 2023 is over today. That is already crazy, man. Meaning it's March 31st, 2023. It's about 9:30. Pretty crazy how time flies. Just wild. I can't believe it's already freaking the end of Q1. Woo! Anyway, shit, Christmas is gonna be here before we know it, right? You're gonna wake up, summer will be over, and you'll be like, oh shit, I gotta buy a turkey. The hell. Anyway, let's talk about some price action. Hope y'all having an awesome week thus far. It is the end of the week. Happy Friday. Let's just jump right into it, y'all. We got Bitcoin, Mama Bear, as we like to start with. We had a decent candle close on Wednesday. I like that. Kind of up here, almost up above the bodies, but kind of just even right now. Yesterday, not really. Yesterday's kind of meh. You can see we're just right up underneath this. What is this level? 28,400 handle. So it looks like we got a little bit of resistance there. And we're kind of just lollygagging right there in that handle currently. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, we're just super sideways still. So pretty much the same narrative as Wednesday and Monday's stream and Friday's stream last week. Pretty much going to be all the same narrative here. Let's go to futures, see if there's anything there. Oh, hold on. Just barely. There's like these 2, 3 candles right here that are higher than these bodies, but it really is splitting hairs. You're talking like $20. So I don't think that's significant. All right. Well, nothing too new or sexy going on in Bitcoin land. Just kind of hovering up here at the top of a price range, just under that mega resistance zone, like 28 to 31 ish. So that is definitely super resistance. It looks like just like the mid 28,000s is providing the bulls most of that so far. I think if we even just like we mentioned the other day on the stream, if we just get like one of these lower time frame candles to get above 29K, we probably test that low 30s and have to reassess. But the struggle is real right now. Let's go to the monthly since we do have the monthly closing here today in about 9 hours on spot price. Ooh, above the 21. I like it. We're still below all this mega mama purple hump here, which is around 42,000. But overall, this does look pretty good. I like that. Let's go to like a 2 week. Oh, wow. The 2 week also, or the 15-day, whatever, also closes today as well at 9 in about 9 hours. So this also looks very nice. We've got this nice little green hammer type candle. And then we got follow throughs. So that's pretty good for the bulls on the high time frames. I do like that. Now, the weekly that closes on Sunday for spot, we'll look at futures in just one second. But this weekly here is attempting to kind of look good, but really just lollygagging. Like we talked about earlier in the week, would really like to see the body of this candle take out most of this wick on last week's candle, but we're not getting that so far. Just kind of a little lackluster performance, so just kind of hanging out. It's not bad, but it's just kind of like, come on, let's go. Stop making us wait, man. Bitto, all this is whatever. Let's go to Ethereum because Ethereum's the one that's actually breaking out. It looks like today, yeah, as of early this morning at 7:30, it's just started to rocket ship all the way $50 up today, just shy of 18 and a half. This looks pretty good. I like that structure. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, see, so this is actually doing what we'd like to see Bitcoin do, is taking, engulfing kind of most of this wick candle with the body. So that looks pretty nice. I do like that. How about the monthly? The monthly is right up under the 21. So mid 1800s is going to definitely be providing some pretty decent resistance. Let's go back to the daily. Yeah, but if this thing can close like above 1820 and really even and tag above this wick here at like 1860-ish. You don't need to close above there, but just like getting the body above this 1820-ish area, that would actually look pretty damn sexy. And we are attempting what appears so far to be a real break of this trend line, which goes all the way back to the previous all-time highs in the late 21. So that looks pretty damn sexy. Can't be mad about that. And really, nothing's changed in the last couple weeks of the overall macro message. As long as we're above that mid 1700s, then it's fine and dandy for Ethereum. Just like for Bitcoin, as long as we're kind of above 26K on the shorter term, it's fine and dandy. Longer term, it's all the way down at around 24,000 and change. But right now, it looks pretty good. And the one thing that we do have here is the EMA, the 21, is pretty much right up under price now. So we should get some resolution on this relatively soon. Hopefully, maybe for the weekend. Let's go to a quarterly chart. We barely ever look at those. Those aren't super useful. Oh my God, I got way too much shit drawn on there. Let's clean that up a little bit. Yeah, you can see quarterly. Now you can really see how young Bitcoin is, only back over here. I know it goes back a little bit further, but there's not that many quarterly candles. Mega support here where we kind of bounced off of around the 16K area and regaining the 21 on the quarterly. So that's pretty sexy. I like that. Also, another marker around 21,000. You got the hash ribbons around 21K. The quarterly 21 EMA is around 21K. So that's nice. So 21K is probably the mega macro line in the sand. I'm using probably about 24 and change. Even getting comfy below 25 wouldn't be good, because even from there down to 21, is almost 17% at this point. So, or from that point anyway. From up here, it's actually more. It would be what, 25, 26, 24 and change. So, yeah. So kind of shorter term. That's kind of the layout there. And let's go to. We've already beat that horse. So let's go to Ethereum futures. We can't really look at quarterly now. How about Bitcoin quarterly? No, not really anything there. It's just not enough data. Let's see here on futures, kind of doing the same. Looks very similar to spot. How about Ethereum futures? Man, look at Ethereum futures riding up the mama right here. Very nice. Very nice. Lots of resistance at 2,200 handles. So we'll see what happens if we can get up there. Futures, though, spot looking good. I mean, this is a pretty nice little takeoff here. Let's go to Litecoin. Oh, we've got the cross back above 21. They are in sequential order now, so that's always nice to see. We've got, let's see, what is that, about $87 roughly, coming back up on this trend line. Will we actually be able to break it this time? Maybe. Maybe how many times of this has it tested this? Oh, this is like the fourth time or so. $100, a lot of resistance at that round number, $100. So it does look like it wants to test this again and attempt to break out by the bulls. The only way I changed my mind on that is if we started losing like $85. We started losing $85. Yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned about that. But as it stands now, this looks pretty decent, kind of like a pennant, a little sloppy pennant flag type thing right here. So we can get above like probably 95. Above 95 probably gets us to stab to 100, and then we'll have to see if it can open and close above these trend lines right here, because there is a bunch of crosses also giving us good confluence with that overhead resistance at 100. So nothing's changed there. ETC, the classic, man, just hovering below this damn red box of range boringness, can barely get back up into it. We got the 200 putting pressure on it, but then right below it, we've got the freaking short-term moving averages all within a couple of bucks here. I'm getting squeezed, man. The more this gets squeezed, the larger the move. And I'd say you have to lean a little bullish on this above $19. Start getting below $19, I would definitely be questioning this. But just overall with Bitcoin and Ethereum looking good and being, above their major support levels, You know, as long as this is above about $19, no sweat there. XRP stalling out a little bit the last couple days. Damn, we got a stab all the way to 58 and change, just underneath this trend line here. Oh, let's go see where that trend line. Okay, that trend line is off this descending triangle that we made back over here in the tops. So yeah, mega resistance at about 59 pennies. Let's go to the monthly. Yeah, kind of like Bitcoin taking out the 21 and the 55. If it does this, this will look pretty good. Definitely will look pretty good if we can get these closes. As long as we don't have major sell-offs, you know, the next 9 hours, which we all know Bitcoin and crypto. 9 hours is like an eternity. But anyway, you know, if it closes above these, engulfing both of the EMAs, that's pretty badass, and that would be very much decent support at mid 40s on this. I do like it. See if we can keep the momentum, and bulls can just stay above mid 40s now. XLM obviously is going to be following through. It's actually getting more love today. It's at 11 pennies. Very nice. A mega resistance here. I actually have some of this on. I might peel off like half of it right now because this is the first test of this major cluster. And I mean 9.5 times out of 10. You're not just going to get price for the first time come up to this and just blow through it. That almost never happens. So a lot of times I like to just trim and secure some profits on a structure like this. And then, you know, I can reload on a any kind of selling pressure. Because, you know, a lot of times, especially with this, how vertical this is, a lot of times you'll just get a little liquidation break and some selling pressure to test this previous resistance, which on this chart is about 9.5. So a lot of times you just get a little test down to there. So that's like maybe 10, 15% or so. And then I would consider re-upping or reloading or whatever kind of verbiage you want to use there. But this looks really good, man. This is a classic bump and run chart pattern. Let's go to the weekly. You can see it a little bit better. Yeah, this is a we don't need this stupid line there. We can bring this over because that'll be relevant at some point, it looks like. But yeah, this is classic bumping and running. Breaking off this, runs along the trend line. You get that nice hammer candle right here after touching it one more time. And then aggressive moves to the upside. This is exactly what you want to see for this pattern to play out. And generally, these do at least test like a counter trend, like a 382 or a 618. Go away, bottom there. Let me measure that right now. Let's see where we're at. So that's in the middle of this box. So that's like pretty much the very likely target. If we can kind of get above probably 12 cents, we go up into the mid upper teens in this box. And then the 618 isn't until all the way at 30 pennies. Man, that's kind of crazy. We're actually going to throw a horizontal around there. That'll be good for referencing later as a little fib horizontal. But yeah, very nice bumping and running. This is a beautiful pattern, one of the best performing patterns out of candlestick patterns. And if you don't know about patterns, go to the patternsite.com. It's Bulkowski's site. It's great. It has everything on there, everything you need to know about patterns. Lots of data. You can find out the patterns that suck too, so you can just not even care about those because there are quite a few. I'd say actually most of them are pretty trash, but there's about 5 or 10 that are really badass. So go check that out on Bulkowski's site. He's pretty much known as the guru of candlestick patterns. And the site's in like 90s style, I don't know, like the interface is in the 90s style. No, I'm not affiliated with them or anything. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I just off personal experience. But lovely candlesticks. Like this chart a lot. And again, like I said, I'm probably going to peel off a little bit of this position because we're getting a little aggro here. Now, what would I change my mind on that? If Bitcoin just breaks 30K and says, suck it, then I'll keep most of it on. I'm going to just wait till the close today and see what's up. Let's go to the monthly on that, on XLM. Yeah, you can see it's just getting caught by these little lows, little cluster lows here and here. About 8 pennies, and a quarterly is not going to do shit on this. So on to the next one. Hey, what's going on, Tron? You're waking up a little bit today. Wakey, wakey. Let's go to the weekly. Man, look at this thing just riding the mama like the Jesus man. Look at this. Just, I mean, it can't get any closer than that. I know people are probably like, what the hell's the mama? What is that? It's magic. It kind of is actually. John Ehlers is a monster. He's the guy that wrote that. It's the mother of all moving averages. You can get it for free on the indicator list. Just go in there, type it in, check it out. Mine's slightly modified, but not too much. It's pretty obvious to see the simple modifications on there. One day we'll just share all that when we get a little bit more mature with the channel and stuff like that. Working on some ideas for growth and just kind of the direction that I would like to go. And, please leave comments and send me stuff too, man, what y'all want to see. Because, like let's share ideas and all that kind of stuff. Not just like trading ideas of tickers, but just anything kind of traded related that y'all might want to see. Please do send me messages. Anyway, here we go. Above 6.5, like we've been saying, it's the same thing. Same shit, different day. It starts to look pretty good. It looks real good when we start getting above 69. We get above 69, dude. This target becomes a real thing, and that's about 10 to 14 cents, depending how the bulls want to go. And that's off some fib and also off of some structure, measuring some of the structure there. But waking up a little bit, not too bad. Dot. Oh, look, we got a little wakey here too. Oh, okay. Very close. Look at all the EMAs or all the moving averages are literally within 25 cents. That's crazy. That's like barely 4% or something roughly on this. So above this little like swing low at about 590, this looks perfectly fine. I don't have any problems with this. It is below the 21. I guess that's you always can find one problem, right? There's one problem I do have with it. It is below the 21. But right now, with kind of how Bitcoin and Ethereum are acting, as long as it's holding this 580, 590-ish area, looks pretty decent and will likely start rallying pretty good. ADA, dang, look at this. Let's go, ADA. Charles, mega support right here now with this trend line cross and another probably 5-6 days above like 35 cents. We're going to get this 200. What happened here? Oh no, we had a little snafu. Damn it, Bobby. Well, what the shit is that? Come on, TradingView. Come on, TradingView. Sorry, we had a little bit of a little hiccup there or something. I'm not sure what happened. That was kind of weird. Just disconnected, refreshed it. Seems to be okay now. All right, moving on. Charles, this looks great above 35 cents. I actually really like how this chart's building up right here. This looks very nice. You got a little trend line action, something like that. And then all this cross. I mean, Mama's starting to point up. This is looking pretty damn good on Cardano. Look at this. Man, if this weekly here on Sunday night could close above these bodies at about 40 pennies, dude, this thing would look pretty good. What's going on? Zor, how are you today? That'll look pretty damn good. I do like how this is setting up on ADA. Oh, Link Marines are this right here, guys. Okay, let me show you something. This is one of my favorite setups. This right here. Let me lighten this up so you can just really see this. All right, this, you see how they're in sequential order from the shortest moving average to the longest, right on top of each other within like 10, 15 cents or so, and they're all just barely starting to point up. I freaking love this setup. This does not happen very often. You really have to look for it too. But when you get this sideways chop and it finally gets to where they're all sloping up, I mean, I know the 200 is pretty much flat, but just right on top of each other like that, these, like I said, they do not happen very often. We can even look back here. I mean, obviously, it's hadn't happened in a long time since we've been selling off for many, many moons. But let's go. Let me see if I can find one over here. Yeah, here's one that didn't work, but they don't always work. But here's one, and it's not as tight and Guten tight as that one I like there. But you can see it still did have a pretty good move off of this, probably about 15%. But more so, this pattern just coming out off of like bearish kind of price action and selling and all that is usually a really good zone. Oh, here's Corona crash low, and we don't have it before that. Well, good old link. But anyway, you see this on a lot of stuff. This is really badass. This is hardcore solidifying that 690 is major support on this. And as long as we're above 690, of course, 6.9, great. Then this thing does look very sexy. I like this chart actually a lot. It looks like it wants to get 840. And I would not be surprised if this one's stretched up to the $9 area. And then we'll have to see once we get out of this box after 840 if it will do the same stupid thing it's done 3 times in a row over the last almost year, just getting rejected from here after doing mega pumps. So one of these times, one day it's going to pump up here, come down, and then hold like mid-eights, and then probably have continuation one of these days. But I really like that setup right there. That's very nice. EOS kind of just bumping up against the bottom. Looks pretty good above 115-ish in the mid-teens there. I like it. I don't like this sloppy 200. It's kind of weird how it's pointing really far down in this structure. That definitely looks odd to me, but hey, whatever. It's math, right? But yeah, real good above about 110. I do like this. This is some decent follow through here. Bitcoin Cash trying to bounce off the lows. I nibbled on some Bitcoin Cash here over this week, just because it's like, man, I gotta buy this low on the green box. I mean, how can I not? Because it's easy risk for me. It's like right below, where this 200 is, just outside of it. That's pretty much the pull the parachute cord, get out mode. But yeah, buying on the bottom of this range again when you only got 2 little kind of outliers outside of it. So probably looking for this one to just come up to at least the middle of the range. And if bulls stay strong and Bitcoin stays above, 27-ish thousand, this thing will probably run up to the top of range. So kind of just watching that. BSV still in the shitter, not doing anything. God, even the oscillators, this can't get more neutral than this. Nothing really to say there until it gets above 37 or back below 33.5. XMR, not too shabby, kind of real tight price action. Decent defense by the bulls this week. Looks pretty decent above 154. And, maybe this is some real sloppy inverted head and shoulders or something right here. I think that's pushing it a little bit. I'm sure someone drew it on their chart somewhere, but because people in crypto land for some reason love head and shoulders patterns. It's really weird. There won't even be like half the pattern, and it'll be something like this. Oh, and it's selling off. Oh, it'll be like that. And they'll be like, oh, it's totally a head and shoulders. Let's draw it out. And you're like, dude, that's crazy. That's dangerous too. Don't do that. That's just guessing at that point. That's ego sneaking through. Anyway, looks good above 155. Zcash. Ooh, let's go Zcash. Very nice. Above 37.5. Looks pretty good. This one overall, though, looks kind of shitty on the weekly, to be fair. I guess the best thing is it's bouncing off this major horizontal support, and it has some decent room to run. I mean, even from 38, up here to this cluster is about 20%. And that's probably pretty likely as long as Bitcoin just stays above, 20, in the upper 20s, mid upper 20s, then this is pretty likely that this is going to come test into the mid 40s. So Dash kind of not doing shit. It's not literally not doing shit. Still okay above 53. This one hasn't changed from the last videos. It's in a little range. 50. Well, let's bump that up to 54. 54 to 60 pretty much. Until it's out of there, it's pretty neutral. Dogecoin. Is Doge waking up here? it's real quiet. You can see all these gray candles of boring price action pretty much for the latter half of March, just being a little punk ass biatch. Really needs to get over 8 cents. You start getting comfy above 8, this thing probably runs to at least 9 pennies, and then we'll have to reassess from there. But man, the move coming out of this for Doge is going to be fairly large. And you do have to lean slightly bullish on this, just hovering on this trend line. You've got DMI above 26. You got RSI just steadily creeping up. And you got Bitcoin staying in the upper 20s. All those are very good for that. Uh-oh, STX is not bouncing off of here. Might have to let this one go if it doesn't get any follow through this weekend. A couple more days, we're just going to slice right through this trend line. It did get nice love immediately off of there, about 16 and change, whatever, teen something percent, but cannot get no momentum going. Oh yeah, we're getting a little heavy here. We get one of these lower time frames below 85 cents. You can watch the F out. Maybe look for 69 cents after that. Good old 69. True Coin, TrueFi, whatever the hell it's called. Oof, not looking super great here either, man. Okay, so some of them just aren't doing their thing. It's still got support in the mid sixes. Still got decent support there. What was this fib number? I think we pulled it the other day. Yeah, it's kind of in this weird no man. Starting to look a little heavy. Bulls need to step it up and fairly quickly. Oh, look at Hex just moving again, freaking 20%. Is this starting to be a little distribution? Maybe, because this trend line is no longer relevant. It almost needs to be moved out. Something like this, kind of something like that. It's like the new one. So it looks okay. It looks okay. You know, above 7.5 pennies, whatever. It looks fine. Let's not overthink it. VeChain looks decent. Same shit. Above 2.1, 2.2 cents. Looks fine. Really needs to clear 2.5 pennies. Atom kind of just chilling. Nothing new here either. Just filling out this triangle more and more. Very neutral on all the oscillators. No Momo here. No Momo to be found. I did nibble a little bit on this one too, just because it's easy risk management. And with Bitcoin kind of hovering up there, it's like, yeah, why not? Some of these are some altcoins are late to the party, you know? Same with the Osmos. Here it is confirming we've got with this candle engulfing and we're staying above it now in the bodies. You can see these previous three, we're kind of just camping right above all this. That looks good. I like this one above 76 cents. Looks nice. I likes it. Ton is not doing shit. It's actually kind of camping on the lows. This is actually getting a little bit bearish below 220. We're not getting no pickup here. Let's go to a monthly. Yeah, interesting. Bulls can't even get it back above the 21 EMA, which is about 220 as well. Yeah, man, below 220. This is looking a little bit heavy. A little bit heavy. ES, man, talk about pumpage. F the banks collapsing. Who cares? We've been looking at with slightly bearish goggles until we got above 40.80. That level is very important. We got above 40.80 yesterday, and then we just started taking off more, another 26 points. So now we're above. Previous resistance turns into support. So this is going to get bullish now above 40.80. Very interesting, right? Let's go to the monthly. Man, look at this monthly, though. This is wild. 5 months of almost the exact same price action. Right on the 21. That is very interesting. I don't look at monthly charts a whole lot. Nice bounce off the quarterly here. Looks like the quarterly is all the deep retraces, even on Corona, go to that area. But man, this monthly is very interesting to me. While it is bullish above short term above 40.80, this 41, like low 4100s is pretty interesting. There's a lot of resistance there. This doji and almost all these bodies. You almost have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and about 8 months of within 20, 40 points on this. Very interesting. And the mama's right here coming up on it. Maybe this can get us a little push up love over the next few months. But let's go to NASDAQ. NASDAQ is saying suck it, and it's going up to next major resistance. Wow. Yeah, on this one, back to ES, just to kind of finish my thought on that. That is very interesting, man. I'm going to have to sleep on that over the weekend and think that that's a little bit. I don't want to say I don't want to say it's like full on bearish, but it's definitely interesting because if bulls for almost a year haven't been able to get back above that area, that's not very strong. That's not very strong. Interesting. Okay, monthly charts sometimes tell you some stuff. Oh, NASDAQ, talking about that 12.7. As long as above 12.7, watch out for this 13.3 area. We were talking about this week and last week. It looks like we got it. It came to fruition. Here we are. Now what happens? That's the question. Will it be a higher high? Very well could be from the August, mid-August highs. It would have to get over 15.6-ish. I'm sorry, 13.6-ish. I can't read very good. 13.6-ish. Jesus Christ. Still looks really good above 12.7. Does have major resistance coming up about another 150 points. So maybe we tag that today before close and see what happens. Dow got over its horizontal. There that is at 32.8. Gets over that. And now we're in the middle of this next range between 32.8 and 33.5. Looking pretty good. Also, March, that local high, right around 33.5. Will it get above that? The next range there, you can clearly see, is up here. Bulls trying. Bulls be trying. Not too shabby. Nice rally off this hammer candle right here. Rejection from the bears ended up following through, solidifying that 1740s is major support we've been talking about on the show for a while. Now, will bulls have enough power, though, to turn this into not just a liquidation counter trend rally break, but to actually break structure? So we don't have structure broken yet, except for on we do have it broken on the medium term time frames on NASDAQ. We still got that pivot we talked about just a minute ago over here at 13.6. But all the other ones, they are still kind of well and far away from doing anything like that. I guess bank, after the bank thing, tech is safe. I don't know. But will this turn into actually flipping and breaking structure to the upside to really solidify the bulls? Because this isn't enough on this chart alone to just be like, oh, yeah, this is it. This is the bottom. It's like, maybe. Let's go to a monthly. Yeah, look at this sideways chop fest between the 55 and the 21. Let's go to RUT, the index, to see more data. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to camp here, dude. Look at something that's real eerily similar to structure right here. Look at this. Sideways trap between the 55 and 21, right coming up to the mama hump, and then it just dump fest 3,000. Look at that. Now here's one too. It got between there. It did dump hard, but it got bought up real quick. Here's one too, hovering around the 21, and then Corona happened. And here we are hovering between the two, broke through the mama. Man, that's interesting. Yeah, it's just like we're not quite out of the woods yet, Here's another one hovering around between the 21 and the 55 to the mama before the tech bubble burst. So this is not like where you want to camp out. It's not like the most bullish area to camp. Really need to clear and get comfortably above like 1950-ish. Then we can start saying the bulls are full-on bull boner and the bears are dead. Damn, Dax. Holy Nikes. That is a 3 white soldiers pattern right here. these candles right here, when you get these kind of even bodied candles, and the reverse version of that, it would be the three crows, black crows. Anyway, yeah, I don't know who comes up with these names, whatever. I didn't make them up. But this is actually a bullish ass pattern, and above 15.6. You can see where it is coming up to this resistance and stalled so far. But I mean, 15 above 15.6, this actually looks really good. Wow. I missed that over this week. Um, wow, that is impressive. Nice DAX. Everything's saying suck it. Deutsche Bank, whatever. Credit Suisse. Dude, that's bullish, man. That's just bullish now. That means we're going to get bailed out. Woo! I guess that seems to be like what the market likes. Anyway, major resistance, though, at that 15.8 level, right where this horizontal is, right where all these bodies are. If we can get like a weekly open and close above there, the next target's going to be about 16.6666. Oh, goddamn. That's a scary number. So yeah, but wow, nice pattern here and all that. The only way it gets negated is it really has got to lose that 15.6. Not too shabby, man. Shanghai still just going sideways as F. Got a little nice engulfing candle here. Starting to build a little bit more better chart, but still just right in the middle of range. Just totally murdered. Is this another freaking little incremental higher low, though? Oh my God, that would be crazy, dude. This and this and this and this. They're just ever so slightly higher. Then you got higher high, higher high, higher highs. Are we coming in for the next one here? I don't know, man. This is kind of wild that it's stopping right at that spot. I know it's below 22, which you can see right when we lost 22. That's pretty much it. Rally time. For some reason, that's the number right now. It coincided well with 100 on VVIX too. We broke both of those, and it's been up ever since. So we'll see if we get follow through. We're just not all the way yet on the structure. On all the majors except for NASDAQ. NASDAQ's the only one that is actually breaking structure that goes back a significant amount of time. Oil, what you doing, Earl? Earl, oh, damn it, Bobby. Rallied real hard this morning, selling off so far. But I mean, look at this rally, guys. Very nice. Off this hammer, getting back above 72, getting continuation. Back inside of this box. I mean, major support at 72. So as long as we're at 70, back in this box above 72, we're probably just going to play around in here for a little bit. Do got a little bit of pressure in the 75 handle, which is just shy of the middle of the box and just shy of this trend line cross. So definitely on the lower end, right? It's a little bit bearish-esque, but back in here, I do really like this. I'm treating this as a range trade again, which is very nice. Oh, not doing shit, nat gas, just on the lows, on the little continuous contract flip over, roll over thing. We're just kind of chilling, not really doing shit. Yeah, I mean, do not go back below 210 nat gas. You go back below 210, this bitch probably just goes to who the hell knows, $1.50, $1.70 at least, I think. So bonds, everything is just really sideways, man. Look at this. All the EMAs just squished as F, man. This is just it's kind of tough. NASDAQ looks bullish. Like all the other majors look kind of meh. They're trying to get bullish, but there's still mega resistance above, especially on the high time frame charts. We're just like not quite there. TNX kind of just lollygagging on this trend line in the 200. More EMAs right on top of each other. I mean, dude, there's so many EMAs that are really close to each other in crypto and normie markets. I just feel like something's building up in this market. I'm not sure if it's a bearish move. I know a lot of people are leaning pretty hard bearish, but it's tough to say, man. This is all I can kind of deduce from this overall is there's going to be a very large move coming up, probably before the summer, if I had to guess. Dixie, we can skip Dixie. Euro's going to be rallying, obviously. Major resistance at 110. Bust through 110. Next stop is probably mid-lower teens. Gold, this is an important one. I would really like to see gold close this monthly above 1990. What is this right here? 1998, 19, like upper 1990s. We're barely there. It still will look good as long as it closes above 1945. Let's go to the 3 month because you can look at quarterlies on gold. Oh, why hello, look at this. The quarterly is actually taking out at 1950-ish. It's making a higher body close, and I'm assuming this closes up here in the next 5 hours. That is pretty significant. Mm-hmm. Last time that happened is let's look at structure going back over here in July of 80, and then we go back over here on this July '07 candle that took out that local high, and then it just mooned from there. Interesting, guys. Interesting. It looks like our targets might be getting possibly hit here soon. We're looking at 23 on the lower end and 27, I think, is the high end, right? Let's see. Yeah, 27 and change. So the quarterly chart on this looks pretty good, assuming it closes above that mid 1900 level. Would really like to see that transpire on the monthly too. And the weekly could be a little bit more better. Kind of just lollygagging on the weekly right at this major pivot point at that 1990s zone. Great years. Silver, man, nice chart. Silver's coming up. There's the 24-20 area, very important. Let's see if we can muster up the strength and get above that. Even if it doesn't get above 24.20, to be fair, this engulfing from last month, this blue candle here, the attempted pull down by the bears, and this next month just getting completely engulfed, that actually looks really good and is solidifying a pretty solid base in the low 20s for silver. So not too shabby. The quarterly, man, kind of quarterly hammer on top of this trend line break. That's actually pretty sexy too. I like that. And the weekly looks pretty sexy. Man, this thing is real close to breaking out. We get I think a few days, maybe even one day, open and close above 24.20. This thing's probably going to run, let's see, what was our target? Like 26. Yeah, about $26. And then we'll have to see if we can make a higher high on the larger macro structure. And there's going to be a lot of resistance at 26 too. Look at this, platinum getting over 1,000. So we got, agreement between the precious metals. Very nice. I like that. I like that. We're trying to sell off here, 950, providing that support we've been watching and eyeballing for many weeks here. Looks very good. I like it. Above 950 metals, they're looking pretty damn sexy. Palladium doing the same thing. Awesome, man. Very good. Very good. Well, if y'all want a ticker, now is the time to throw it in there. I'm going to be signing off here shortly. I'm just going to check out the sectors. Everything's probably green as F. Yep. It's Friday. Yay. And I think we do have a short week next week because it's Good Friday for Easter and stuff. So don't forget about that. Or it might just be like a short day, like Friday is like closes at 1 or 2 or whatever. Let's see here. Oh, Apple looking good, defying that major resistance zone at the 161, 162, just a C hair above it, just barely. Everything would seem to be awesome today if you looked across the board. Everything's great. I bet we can see that on FinViz too. Let's go to FinViz real quick. Oh yeah, people are bullish. Green everywhere. Tesla's popping. Yay! It's epic. Epic time. All right, I don't see any tickers. Let's look at the blockchain stuff real quick. I've been trying to get filled on some blockchain option spreads and other things of that nature. I've got filled on a few of them. I've just been working the orders. I hope I got filled on Overstock. I don't think I did. I've been working this order all freaking week, and the market maker will not let me in. I mean, yeah, of course I can pay the max price or whatever, but I don't want to do that. So I've been working, but he ain't working with me though, little bastard. Oh, here we go. Nice on the Bitcoin. on the minor index that we got here, looking good. I like this hammer weekly above most of that range, or sorry, monthly. Looks very good. Weekly's looking pretty good here. If we can close above like 320, that looks pretty sexy, man. So not too shabby. Little resistance, obviously, at this spot under this trend line and these local bodies, but pretty decent move. And this is definitely an inverted head and shoulders at the top of this pump. So pretty nice chart. I do like that. Cores, nibbled some cores this week. Just holding on to that. They have earnings, I guess, today after the close. I don't know, whatever. I just nibbled on that a little bit. We'll see what's up and what happens there. All right, final thoughts. Bitcoin, same shit. Keep staying above low time frames, 26K. Macro time frames above 24,000 handle. Looks good. And super macro time frames, it really is like 21,000 handle. So if you're like looking at monthlies and bi-weeklies and stuff like that. Ethereum, same shit, different day. 17, mid 17s. We're getting some follow through. We're starting to build some pretty nice looking charts here. See if these monthlies and higher time frame candles can close up on the top ends of these ranges. That would look very sexy. Traditional markets looking pretty decent. I do like this follow through here. I mean, this is starting to build pretty bullish. But then you have, all this major overhead resistance, especially on these higher time frames. This is the concerning part to me is these monthlies. This is just camping, man, for a whole year. Like if bulls are strong, right? What are bulls supposed to do? Make price go up. But they haven't been able to do that. That doesn't mean they're not going to. I'm just saying for many, many months, almost a year, really, it hasn't been able to break this like 4,100-ish area. So now is it kind of making higher lows with wicks and tails? I mean, with the tails and the candles? Yeah, it is. It is. There's no doubt about that. But the only one that actually is trying to bust it out is NASDAQ, which is kind of funny. All the other ones, it's kind of, watch out. So especially Russell and ES. I mean, Russell is very squeezed. Russell kind of looks like the worst one, to be fair, on that monthly time frame. But not too shabby, though. Bulls trying to do it. Let's see if they can get follow through next week for the short week. And we'll kind of just go from there. I mean, we're already hitting up a lot of these resistance levels. The move has kind of happened so far, so we'll just have to kind of see what happens. Much love, guys. I got to get going. Happy Friday. Have an awesome weekend. We'll see y'all on Monday morning. Take care. Peace.